What's up, Mets fans? Welcome back. Talking Mets with Rob. How's everybody doing? Before I get started talking about the possibility of the Mets signing YUSEI Kikuchi, don't forget, guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit on that like button. If you enjoy my content, want to see more, want to get notified when I post my videos and when I go live, you know what to do, guys. Hit on that subscribe button. Alright, guys, so YUSEI Kikuchi, a very intriguing guy that I think the Mets can really look into and to see exactly what he can bring to the table for our New York Mets to be the last piece of the puzzle with the starting rotation right behind DeGrom, Scherzer, Walker, and Carrasco. Kikuchi could be an interesting option since the Mets do not have a lefty in this rotation. There was a few rumblings about Rodon, but Kikuchi might be a little bit of a cheaper option for the New York Mets, and let's be honest, the Mets payroll is the highest in Major League Baseball at the moment, so it's possible that the Mets will have to make a trade or two to lower the payroll as it is right now, a little over $260 million, even though Kikuchi declined a player option for about $13.5 million, and the Mets probably will have to go about $14, $15, maybe $16 million per year for Kikuchi. But to be honest, I would rather probably go this route because it might be a little bit of a shorter term deal with Kikuchi compared to Rodon, even though Rodon is a very, very much better pitcher than Kikuchi. But we're looking to save a little bit of money in the Mets payroll. I think that's what the Mets are trying to look at. Even though Rodon and Kikuchi are both options, they're very good options. But when it comes down to it, it seems like if you're going to try to go for a third, fourth, or fifth starter in Kikuchi, you don't want to spend $18, $19 million, where Rodon might get between 17 and 20. Kikuchi can get anywhere from 14 to 16, which saves the Mets a few million dollars per year. And I think you can get Kikuchi for about, on a 3-year deal, possibly 4-year deal, and he's only 30 years old, will be 31 when the season starts in 2022. But when it comes to Kikuchi, does it make sense for the New York Mets to go down this path rather than making a trade for, say, a Luis Castillo or to get Rodon? In my opinion, if I had to choose, I would probably trade for Luis Castillo, but the Mets don't need a number 2 anymore. They got that in Scherzer. So the waste to trade prospects and possibly a McNeil or a Dominic Smith in that package, it might be safer just to spend the money and choose between the two lefties that are available, Rodon and Kikuchi. Kikuchi, again, is going to be cheaper. And when we look at Kikuchi's stats over his career with the Seattle Mariners, he came into the league in 2019 at 28 years old. He was 6-11 with a 5.46 ERA, but he pitched in 32 games, so he's durable. Nice to see he pitched 161 innings. His second season in 2020, obviously the pandemic year, guys, he had a 5.17 ERA, pitching 47 innings and only 9 games. Obviously, 60-game season. Again, still durable. Last year, he was an all-star in 2021 with the Seattle Mariners. And everybody's got to remember, Seattle started to come on in the second half, and everybody started to pitch better for Seattle. That team was coming together very well. Kikuchi was one of them that helped them almost make the playoffs in 2021. So he was an all-star at the age of 30. His ERA dropped around about 40 points. 4.41 ERA in 29 games. Again, guys, he is durable. 157 innings. His strikeout rate is 163 in 2021, so it went up over his first year and his second year. Obviously, the pandemic season in 2020, not really, you can't really judge it too much. But with Kikuchi, you know what you will get at the age of 31. You give him a 3 or 4 year deal, you got him technically in his prime between the age of 31 to 34 if you're going to give him a 3 or 4 year deal. This guy is durable. He knows how to pitch. He has a numerous amount of pitches that he throws. And to put this lefty in a rotation will be a nice addition for the New York Mets. So, will Kikuchi get an offer from the New York Mets? I wouldn't be surprised if the Mets put offers out for Kikuchi and Rodon, and see which one actually bites at the offer. I think the Mets clearly are still looking for starting pitcher and bullpen. Position players, since Baez just went to the Tigers, they're limited in the position players they could go after, like a Chris Bryant, because, let's be honest, some people want Nick Castellanos, but he has a draft pick attached to him, guys. So you got to look at the players that are free agents that don't have a draft pick attached. Kikuchi and Rodon don't have those draft picks attached. So the good news is it only costs money. Will the New York Mets get Kikuchi? I have a funny feeling that they might actually save a little bit of money and get Kikuchi as your number 4 starter, and you got the lefty that they were trying to get with Steven Matz in the rotation for almost the same amount of money, maybe $1 million or $2 million more than you would have had to give Steven Matz if he would have came here. So Kikuchi is a really solid option, and you got to remember he was in the AL West, where there is a lot of really good lineups with the Astros, the Angels, and even the Rangers were actually pretty decent offensively. So Kikuchi, you can't really look at the ERA as much because he was in the AL with the DH, as we talked about in the video with Rondon. He actually pitched obviously better in the Central, but the Central was worse than the West. So had to pitch against the DH, so automatically you can see what he can do with a DH, specifically if Major League Baseball goes with the DH in both leagues. So Kikuchi is a very interesting option, guys. I have a feeling the Mets are going to get that offer to him, and I think it's going to be around $14 to $15 million over 3 or 4 years. I think Kikuchi can be an excellent option, guys. Once again, guys, please don't forget to hit on that like button. Don't forget, guys, hit on that like button, hit on that subscribe button. If you enjoy all my content and you want to see more, guys, don't forget to hit on that subscribe button, guys. I really appreciate all the support, guys. And as always, Met fans, let's go Mets.